Good evening.
Good evening.
Geno, just how are you feeling and what's your goal for that?
Obviously, I just played a game, so I'm not feeling the best, but I'll be better as the days go along, hopefully.
And why wasn't Pete Carroll said you personally wanted to go back in the game? Why was that so important you to finish that?
I mean, it's just kind of how I'm wired. You know, I never want to leave my teammates out there alone. I feel like it's a big responsibility of mine to be out there and to do whatever I can to help us win. So, you know, I felt like I could try to tough it out, and that's what I tried to do.
How difficult physically were those last couple drives to just get through?
You know, mentally, I just try to block out the pain and just, you know, focus on executing the plays. It's obviously, you know, in a lot of pain, but I think, you know, just with the guys out there and just being out there, having the adrenaline going, and obviously, you know, just wanting to win more than anything. The pain is the pain. It's going to be there regardless, but I want to win this game.
When was it? Was it on that when you scrambled out? Was that when you got hurt, or when did you hit the quad?
When the guy fell on my leg.
Geno, you're already going against a voracious defense and you lose your two starting guards. I mean, how difficult is that? And we talk about the play of your line and just making up for that.
Yeah, I thought, we're going against a tough defense. Of course, every defense in the NFL is going to be tough. And, you know, we got the next man up mentality around here. You know, I thought Will Putman stepped in and played a tremendous game. I mean, you know, for him to get, you know, some of his first action in a long time, I thought he did what he needed to do to allow us to move the ball. Obviously, we know what Cap can do. He stepped in there and he did his job. And, you know, we're down Cole Miller as well. I mean, you know, there's some guys that aren't in there, but those guys stepped in and they did what they had to do. We fought to the end, had a shot at the end, and we just didn't get it done.
Chip had a tremendous game plan. You guys came out, you were moving the ball, a couple rookie mistakes, killed a couple of drives. Talk about rookies just being rookies.
Yeah, everybody's learning. Rookies, veterans, you know, mistakes happen in the game, but in order to be a good team, you got to play clean. And I keep saying it every week. You got to play a clean game, and you can't have missed assignments. You can't have penalties. You can't have, you know, you have penalties negating big plays. Can't have turnovers. You know, those are the things that hurt teams. And when the Raiders stop beating the Raiders, you know, we'll go out there and we can beat anybody in this league, but we got to stop beating ourselves first. And it seems like that's been a recurring thing every single week. And I know it's not for a lack of effort. I know it's not for a lack of, you know, guys wanting to do well. I think guys are just, you know, learning as we go.
Geno, did you talk to your guys, Ashton and Dante, after the drop? Ashton after he bobbled the pass. What did you think of those two plays?
It's football, man. Like I say all the time, it's football. Nobody's perfect. Things are going to happen, and we got to continue to push forward. I thought our defense played a tremendous game. Even after that turnover, they went out there and they held them to 3 points. Right, they gave us a chance at the end. And you know, with Dante, like I said, he's a young player, very talented player. He's still developing, and all of these moments, all these situations, we're all going to learn from him. We're all going to get better from him. So never too hard on the guys. You know, I want them to just continue to, you know, have that confidence in themselves because we're going to need them.
Geno, just this obviously has not been the season you or anyone in that locker room expected. Just how are you internalizing just like how things been going so far?
You know, the way I see life, man, like I always say this, man, God will never put anything on me that I can't handle. And I believe that, again, this team, man, like it's usually darkest before dawn. We're gonna rise, man. We're gonna rise. It hurts, it sucks. I mean, I give my all to this game, everything that I can do to win. You know, I'm trying to figure it out, but we'll figure it out.
On the shots to Lockett, were those primary reads or were those progressions you ended up working your way to?
Some of them were, and then some of them were just, you know, him having a feel for the game and knowing where to get to the right spots. I thought Lockett played a tremendous game for only being here, you know, about a week and a half. I thought he did a great job, and as he continues to learn the offense, I think he's going to, you know, really help us out down the line.
I think Brock only had one catch. Was it something they were doing defensively that kind of like took you away from your primary guy?
Yeah, I mean, there's heavy emphasis on Brock. Obviously, when you go out there last week and have 3 touchdowns and have the performance he had, you know, guys are going to see that on film and do whatever they can to stop him. You know, but we still got to find ways to get him the ball. We got to move him around and just put him in a position where he can just go one-on-one. But teams are going to double him. They had a plan for him, and other guys had an opportunity to step up, and that's what they did.
Putting a beautiful ball out there to Thornton, what did you guys talk about when you got back to the sidelines after that one slipped through his hands?
I just told him, you know, I'm going to need you to be ready on the next one. I mean, that's really it. Just be ready on the next one. Try to give him confidence. I know he was over there, you know, probably thinking about it, but, you know, I just tried to get him out of his head and be like, hey, man, we need you to focus on the next play. Like I said, nobody's perfect. there's going to be situations where he's going to make that catch down the line, and we're all going to be excited about it. So, like I said, he's a great player. He's going to be a great player. He's just developing. He's a young rookie, and there's a lot going on out there. But he's going to make those plays down the line.
All right, thanks,